Hello and welcome to the Quincy Access Television Studios. I'm Mark Crosby. Thank you for joining us for In the Know, a program that helps you to stay well informed. Today we will be talking about the Norfolk County Sheriff's Office, and joining me, which would just be appropriate, is the Norfolk County Sheriff, and that would be Patrick McDermott. So Patrick is joining me. I think we spoke, Patrick, about a month or so back, so thank you for coming back and giving us an update as to what has been happening at the Sheriff's Office.
Thanks, Mark. And I guess I'm no longer an immediate rookie. I'm still in a honeymoon period, I think. First few months, I'm finishing, I think, my 10th week, or I'm starting my 10th or 11th week in the position today. And it's been a great experience. And we've got a lot of robust activity going on here at the Sheriff's Office, and lots of programming to talk about and that we're excited about. We want to share it with you guys today.
Great. Well, this is certainly the format to do that, and we will distribute this throughout Norfolk County, and that is actually quite a few cities and towns.
Yeah, we represent 28 towns around Norfolk County, and it goes as far down as Cohasset, and then all the way over to Brookline, and head down to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, and Plainville, and Rentham, over to Needham. So we have quite the geography to cover.
Before we get started with topics, we should probably go over some contact information, because this will provide, well, at least maybe an introduction to some of these programs for folks. But if they do need more information about anything we talk about, and possibly about something we don't talk about, they can reach out.
Absolutely. So, I mean, the best place to go is to our website, which is norfolksheriff.com. That'll have all the information on our programs that we have going on. I urge everybody also to like our Facebook page, the Norfolk Sheriff's Office page. That's the daily updates that go on and all the signups, and there's a whole host of things on that platform as well. And certainly you can jump on Twitter and the other platforms where we have a presence everywhere. But if you want to give us a call too on any questions that might come up, you can always give us a call at 781-329-3705, and you can reach us at the Sheriff's Office there.
As you had mentioned, we will be talking about several programs. Let's start with youth programming and the highly acclaimed Youth Academy.
Absolutely. So, effective public safety program really needs to help focus on our youth to learn importance of making good decisions that set them up to be productive lives for adulthood. So this is a program that I inherited from Sheriff Bellotti, who first instituted the Youth Leadership Camp, I want to say about 20 years ago. I mean, he tells the stories of there are those kids that went through the program that now have kids going through the program. So there's multiple generations that have been through the Youth Leadership Camp. So this is a program that's run by the Sheriff's Office, and is run out of our Braintree campus. It focuses, most people know it as a fun place to do a ropes course, which is climbing some ropes, climbing across some interesting thing. But the underlying mission of the Youth Academy is building leadership and building partnerships amongst your peers. And it's about making good decisions. So we have a full curriculum in place for the kids that come through the academy. It's middle school kids that come here. We also have high school students who are interns that basically help lead the younger kids. So that youth leadership camp, although in the past it was lots of numbers of kids who took advantage of the opportunity. Unfortunately, due to COVID, we're still restricted by numbers. So we do need to focus on the public health guidelines that are allowing us for the numbers. So we are going to be limited in the amount of kids that we can service this year, but we hope that everybody takes advantage of it, at least trying to sign up for us. Anybody that has not been in the youth camp before is going to get priority status this year over people that might have been in it in the past years. And so that'll go forward to anybody that doesn't make it in the camp this year will also be on a priority status for years in the future. So the best we are going to start up right after school gets out. So somewhere in late June, we'll be getting up for the first round of camps. Our sign-up, so this is all done online. Our sign-ups our website is just being finalized. So we are going to be launching that. You can kind of keep out on the website, the norfolksheriff.com. That'll have the link for us to sign up. as well as the sheriff's Facebook page. But once that's launched, we do urge everybody to go on there, sign up as early as possible, because those slots are going to go really quickly. And what we are going to try to do, I know this is going out throughout the county, we are going to do a pilot program down in the southern part of the county. We think it's going to be down in Franklin, to try to test a new site that we might be able to have folks from that part of the county participate. This is a successful operation, so we want more and more kids to be able to participate over the next few years.
I like how you said the goal is to basically direct kids in the right direction from an early start.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we have to invest. The younger you can invest in kids and making good decisions, and it's so easy to go down the wrong path. I mean, I remember my parents, would clearly identify, they hanging out with the wrong crowd, or driving by, and seeing kids hanging out on a street corner smoking cigarettes and rolling dice. It was clearly, some of these little lessons that your parents would teach you. But at the end of the day, kids are subject to a lot of peer pressure these days, and you need opportunities for kids to learn that good decision-making process. Our schools do a fantastic job, but I think that those extracurricular activities have to be formatted to do just the same amount. And the Sheriff's Youth Leadership Camp not only teaches kids about correct decision-making, but it really teaches the value of leadership and partnering. We put kids into teams, and we teach them teamwork and team building. So those are the kinds of things that will put kids on the right track. Because if they're on the right track, you keep them involved, you get them involved in whether it's sports programs, the arts, or whatever activity they're interested in, the less likely you're going to see kids going down the wrong path. And hopefully not, but unfortunately, we do see folks that go into the criminal justice system.
Let's turn now to another group, and that would be seniors. There's quite a bit available to seniors offered through the Norfolk County Sheriff.
Yeah, we have quite the robust programs. Once again, I inherited a lot of these programs from the prior administrations. My goal as we've evaluated these, and one of the things I said when I campaigned for sheriff, is that we were going to do a stem to stern review of all the programming that was done both internally and externally. And I have my crew on the programming side focusing on our seniors, because one of the things that we've realized, through COVID is a lot of our seniors are at home. They've been shut in. We have a lot of problems with seniors that are isolated from their families. Some seniors who don't have families to look out for them. So we've made sure that the Are You OK program not only is okay itself, but is going to be grown. So for those that don't know what the Are You OK program is all about, it basically, for seniors who wish to sign up for our program, they sign up to be on a list at the sheriff's office. We send out automated phone calls to every senior on that list every day at the designated time that they want the call to come in. And the senior basically responds, and it's an automated response. One, if you're okay, is what we do. And obviously, if we don't hear back from somebody, if they don't take that affirmative response, we get a report immediately back that indicates that there hasn't been a response, and that we then jump into action. We try to call the person themselves just to see if we can get them on the phone. If we're unable to contact them, we then will enlist the help of local first responders and family members who are on the contact, or neighbors, just to check on people. Now, this is a vital life-saving program. And just even since I've been sheriff, we've had 3 life saves. As recently as on March 9th, a 99-year-old participant in our program, 99-year-old participant, didn't answer her daily call. And after we were unable to contact her, our deputy sheriff contacted her daughter, who went to the house and sadly found her mother on the bathroom floor. Luckily, she was conscious, but she was confused. And so she was then transported to South Shore Hospital. We haven't got the update. We're hoping that everything went okay. But from our perspective, is that woman could have been sadly there for far too long, and could have been a more tragic outcome. We're looking now to get our materials translated into multiple languages so that we can have more folks who are challenged by just the English language to reach out and participate in our programming. We need more people participating. Sadly, we have a small amount of people, and I think that's just because we haven't been out and about for the last year. The Sheriff's Office typically would be in front of the Councils on Aging, consistently out in the community at various events. We're going to make sure that our public relations campaign gets into high gear to get more seniors, more people that are shut-ins, those people that are dealing with mental health issues can sign up for this program because it saves lives.
And we should mention that there is absolutely no cost.
Correct. Yeah, this is a free service offered by the Sheriff's Department. We think that it's an invaluable. You can't put a price tag on this, and we would never charge anybody for it. If you wouldn't mind, I'll give out the number, Mark, which is 1-866-900-7865. Those last four digits translate, "Are you okay?" So it's 1-866-900-7865. And we urge anybody that's interested in the program, give us a call. Even if you're not sure, give us a call. We'll talk to you about it. We'll give you some information. And it doesn't even have to be a permanent thing. Let's say you only want to have it, and it may be you're calling on behalf of your parents or your a loved one or a neighbor. You're going away on vacation for the next 2 weeks, but you'd like to have somebody check in. The Sheriff's Office is here for the next 2 weeks to help you out. So it could be a temporary issue or it could be a more permanent issue. You can sign up for your loved one. You can sign up for yourself.
Let's talk about another offering by the Norfolk County Sheriff's Office, and that is something called the Yellow Dot program.
Yeah, great program. The Yellow Dot program is something, once again, I inherited. We're looking to expand it. We think it's an invaluable resource for anybody that, our seniors that are driving. Most are out and about in the community. And what we don't want to happen is if a medical episode or somebody comes distressed and they need, help from a first responder, we want to make sure that individual gets the services that they need, because we know in a medical situation, seconds count. And when first responders need to, take vitals, to deal with, who is the person I'm dealing with, this program, the Sheriff's Office, in a partnership with our first responders, our local law enforcement and firefighters and ambulance services, we identify by putting a yellow dot on the windshield of the individual's car. That is an immediate sign to the first responders to indicate that there is a file in the glove compartment that gives all of the medical records, as well as any medications that the person's on, certainly the name, any kind of issues that they may need to be reported to first responders, as well as emergency contact information. So that saves vital time for first responders when they're responding to those kind of emergencies. So we think it's an invaluable resource to have, and it, once again, costs nothing. And we need to make sure that anybody that's interested in participating in that program, they can call us up. We will make sure that they get that information in the mail. And in the past, we would be able to go out to a council on aging, bring the materials, actually affix the yellow dot, assist people in filling these forms out. And we'll hopefully get that in another few months, but we have the materials ready to go. So if anybody's interested in that program, certainly they can shoot us an email, which is info@norfolksheriffma.org, or you can give us a call at 781-329-3705, and we'll make sure that we send you out the information that you need.
We should mention that there is an in-home component, or I should say a sister program, something called Files for Life.
Yeah, the File for Life is a simple packet that we send out to everybody, and it's something that you can affix, like we all have, or at least most of us have. I know I have it at my house, that emergency phone number packet that's attached to my refrigerator. And it's very similar, same situation. God forbid there's an emergency situation. Let's say somebody who's on the Are You OK program doesn't respond. We immediately get local first responders to go out to your residence to check on you, to make sure you're okay. They come into your house. They need access to your medical information. They need to know who they're dealing with. The File for Life can be there, affixed, just in a little packet, affixed to your refrigerator, on your bulletin board in a prominent location. and that information will have all of your medical information, your medicines that you're on, emergency contact information, and that saves vital time, which in medical emergencies, time saves lives. So we want to make sure that people participate in the File for Life program.
Next, let's talk about treatment, and let's talk about opioid treatment and a grant that was recently received by your office.
Yeah, the biggest issues that we face here at the Sheriff's Office, our inmate population largely deals with, sadly, with addiction and with substance abuse issues. So we were very blessed that we were recently awarded a $700,000 grant from the Mass Department of Public Health. We're basically, our commitment is to the long-term success and the rehabilitation of our inmates, and that includes helping them through the process of recovery from the substance addiction. This particular grant helps us to treat substance abuse holistically with evidence-based prevention, treatment, and recovery support services that are more likely to result in successful reentry. So while people are here, we have access with that money to have recovery coaches, to have programming in place to help folks who are dealing with addiction. Successful rehabilitation, is basically the cornerstone of what we do here at the Sheriff's Office to make sure that inmates are ready to be re-entered back into the city of Quincy, to the town of Holbrook, to the town of Foxborough. That's what we do. This grant recognizes the kind of high caliber work that we do at our facility. And I think we want to put a spotlight on the Norfolk Sheriff's Office and the team here that's committed to substance abuse and addiction treatment. Provides us the opportunity to continue to provide that solid approach to rehabilitation services for the whole person.
You are also the recipient of a Perkins Planning Grant, and this is aimed toward workforce training.
Yeah, we're excited about this one. One of the things that I focused on, reentry is everything when it comes to making sure that folks that have unfortunately gone the wrong path in life who come to the Sheriff's Office, we want to make sure that they put on the right path. This program is a much needed investment in the successful rehabilitation for offenders. It provides people with the skills that they need to succeed. And to make positive choices after relief. But it gives them hope for a productive future. Our previous investment in distance learning technologies has set us up to become a leader in pursuing these kind of innovative strategies to rehabilitation and post-release successes for offenders. We're partnering up with Massasoit Community College to enroll offenders remotely now in their HVAC program, their heating and ventilation and air conditioning. It's a pre-apprenticeship program. It's a great program that will provide valuable skills that people can use when they're looking for a job after they go back out from the correctional facility. We think that building on these strong partnerships with places like Massasoit Community College, we're building a relationship with Quincy College. We have a relationship with Mass Hire, which provides certification and employment support. We have a relationship with the Gavin Foundation, which provides post-release support to offenders who have addiction issues, as well as our commitment to the Massachusetts Parole Board and our probation services. We think that we can collectively give the opportunity for these inmates to live a productive life post-incarceration. And we don't just leave them when they leave the front door of the Sheriff's Office. We want to continue along the lives and the paths of these inmates when they leave us so that they don't come back is the goal.
The Norfolk County Sheriff's Office is so community-centered, and that brings me to this next piece that we will talk about, Mighty Quinn. And for folks who don't know Mighty Quinn, Quinn Waters is his name. He's a 5-year-old boy that has fought cancer now twice. He's in his second fight, brain cancer. So talk about the blood drive that is scheduled and a little bit about Mighty Quinn.
So I get to know Mighty Quinn much like many others did, through the press a few years ago when he was first diagnosed with brain cancer, and the valiant fight that he put forward. His mom is a Quincy police officer. They're from the town of Weymouth, and so they're our neighbors for those of us who live in the city of Quincy. And the community rallied behind Quinn Waters. They nicknamed him the Mighty Quinn. They had the support, the drive-by at his window, which everybody remembers how awesome that was. Law enforcement would have drive-bys. I think the Dropkick Murphys, Devery, a couple of bands came by and performed outside of his window. Quinn recovered. Quinn battled cancer the first time and won. And I was honored last year as even though we hit COVID, the Pan Mass Challenge, which, as you know, Mark, I participate every year in. I work on Team Perini. I bike with them, and Quinn signed up to be our pedal partner last year, and we were celebrating last year his recovery from his remission from that first bout of cancer. And but sadly enough, cancer unfortunately has revisited the Mighty Quinn, and he's back into a second round of radiation treatment, I believe, and but he's fighting as he always has. But what's beautiful is the community that surrounds him and the resilience of his family. We are in the sheriff's office. We want to recognize that, and we want to participate and honor the strength of the Waters family by helping them. Their request, is to do these blood drives, to collect blood and plasma donations for other children who are fighting cancer. So we know it all too well how valuable it is. And I forget, I read some statistic. I think his mom put out about how many pints of blood even that Quinn himself goes through at any given treatment. And it was stark. And to know how many kids go through it, this is vital. Once again, this is life-saving for kids who are going through cancer. So we're hosting a blood drive in Braintree at our Braintree Public Safety Complex down at 2015 Washington Street in Braintree on Thursday, April 8th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. We are getting a registration page set up for interested participants, and that's through Boston Children's Hospital. Pre-registration will be required. I ask that everybody kind of just visit, once again, sign up for the, not even sign up, but just like our Norfolk Sheriff's page, sign up for notifications. And once we have the live link to the blood drive, we ask that those that are interested in giving blood sign up for that. I want to have a sellout crowd for that, so I want to make sure that every slot is filled. And for those that come down to the sheriff's office, we're going to have little mini entertainment. We'll welcome you. You'll enjoy your blood donating for that short period of time. But you got to realize that this saves lives, and this is what we're all about here in the sheriff's office. I campaigned on public safety, and certainly these are the kind of things that we want to do. And to honor that little boy from Weymouth, the Mighty Quinn Waters, is just it's a small piece that we can do in his valiant fight against cancer.
Well, thank you for doing that. Employees of the Norfolk County Sheriff's Office volunteering at the Quincy Housing Authority.
So this is a great opportunity that we were presented by City Council President Nina Liang in Quincy. And making sure that every person has access to the vaccination is an important part in helping ensure that public safety includes every citizen. So the sheriff's staff has spent the last 2 weeks working with the Quincy Housing Authority to help vaccinate residents of our city's low-income senior housing. We've been able to get through the first round of vaccinations, which is great, and we've served over 1,000 at-risk residents in the city of Quincy. We're very proud of that. We will be back to see those folks again for the second round of the Moderna vaccination. And it was just, once again, it's just so rewarding to go there and check it out and to see that. And the staff at the Quincy Housing Authority couldn't have been more, organized and focused. And City Council President Liang, her commitment to those seniors who are less fortunate, who might not otherwise get the services that they need. they were very appreciative, and we're honored to do it. And we're also honored to partner up. We've done the same thing with Manor Community Health, and I know they've had a couple of vaccination drives. I know the district attorney has been actively involved. Representative Ayers, I saw him down at their vaccination site last weekend. And we're happy to help out, organize and assist in the distribution. We're going to get through this COVID pandemic, hopefully sooner than later. And I think that we're ahead of schedule for the president's goal of having 100 million vaccinations out in the first 100 days. So we're doing our part locally in Norfolk County, and I urge all the residents, to stay patient with it. We're trying to keep up with the amount of requests that are coming in, but the sheriff's office, wherever we're needed, we will come out and partner with any community that requests our services to help.
Very good. I'd like to end, we have a couple minutes left, with
Great.
a QATV exclusive. This is the Norfolk County Hero Award, and we get to find out who has won that award now.
So excited. We launched this because I said early on that, in this kind of a dark world of, we came out of a tough election presidentially, and, COVID was a lot of dark press going on, and we needed a bright light. And so we wanted to put forth something that we're going to get some positive things. So we established the Norfolk County Heroes Award. And it's a monthly award. We're trying to do it on a monthly basis, but it's really a rolling award as we see fit to award it, to recognize acts of heroism, community building, and public service by residents of Norfolk County, the unsung heroes that are doing the day-to-day great things. And so I'm happy to announce and proud to make it a QATV exclusive, that we're proud to announce that Cynthia Lewis, who is the director of the Hausneck Community Center in Quincy, is our inaugural recipient of the Norfolk County Heroes Award. Cynthia has made it a priority to make sure that her neighbors, especially seniors and those with children, have not been forgotten during the pandemic. Twice a week, she delivers food and groceries to seniors and delivers crafts and toy projects to neighbors with children. We're hoping that we'll be able to present Cynthia with a citation at a ceremony to be held later because of our COVID precautions right now. She'll be also featured on the Norfolk County Sheriff's Office website and our Heroes page. So we're very proud to announce Cynthia Lewis as the inaugural recipient of the Norfolk County Heroes Award. Congratulations, Cynthia, and thank you for QATV for helping us launch this. If anybody's interested in nominating somebody, because we want nominees. There are people who are doing great things throughout the county. Please nominate them on our website, norfolksheriff.com/Norfolk County Heroes.
Very good. Well, congratulations, Cynthia, from all of us here at Quincy Access Television. Sheriff McDermott, thank you for joining me for today's program. We are down to our last minute, so certainly we would welcome you back on a different day with a lot more to discuss.
We have a lot more planned, Mark, and I look forward to continuing this discussion. We will have a lot more things to announce as the weeks and months unfold.
Great. Take care. Thank you.
Thanks, Mark.
And thank you at home for watching. Please continue to watch your local public access station for community information.